Hello guys, welcome back. Konnichiwa. Herzlich willkommen. Yeah guys, in this video I want to talk about a trading strategy which also Warren Buffett is famous for. His quote says, "Be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful." Yeah, what does that mean? I want to show you here one example, one very famous and popular stock in the US market, and I want to show you how you can see those signals here by just reading a chart. So more or less it is possible to spot entry and exit levels if you understand how trading works. So let's start with the video guys. Of course, what I say here is not financial advice. Thank you Warren Buffett for this great quote. Yeah guys, I want to show you the ticker INTC. This is Intel Corporation. I don't think that I need to explain here what kind of company that is. And right now we have here a delicious dip for Intel. And what does that mean? Be fearful or be greedy when others are fearful, because we have a lot of negative sentiment for Intel, a lot of negative news. I honestly don't care about news. I always focus on the chart. And if you understand where are here entry and exit signals in the chart, then it is very, very possible to make here profits in the market. Before we dive in here into Intel, I will show you here some price levels. I want to show you how I use Warren Buffett's trading technique, strategy, call it whatever you want, to make here some money in the stock market. What I usually do is I focus on very volatile stocks or even on short squeeze stocks. And this is just one example where we had here last week a short squeeze of 1,300%. This is unfortunately not the latest screenshot. This stock continued to short squeeze and made 2,500% in just 3 trading days. I knew the stock already. I mentioned already the stock here in February 2025. This is exactly what I mean when I see that a stock is completely oversold in a very negative sentiment, but shows signs of a recovering, potential recovering, or even a short squeeze. This is exactly the stocks I trade. Of course, Intel is a much more, let's not call it safer way, but more easy readable way. But these are the stocks, guys, which I'm focusing on. And you can see that this blue box here, and this is also what I show here for Intel, was the buying demand zone, the algo demand zone, where I expected a technical reaction. And you can see as soon as this ticker here came a couple of times in this zone, we had already here some squeezes. This small price move here was already 100%. I said to my members here on Patreon that I expect a 600% squeeze. I was wrong, guys. This ticker squeezed 2,500%, but yeah, this was what I expected. That was the reason why I talked about this stock already here in February 2025, and we traded that a couple of times, guys. I have more stocks available like that. I also published a brand new video with my short squeeze prediction for this week. So if you want to see my latest short squeeze stocks, guys, then you can of course join us here on Patreon. We're growing every day, guys. Before we continue with Intel here, we have so many short squeezes actually right now in the market, so it's really worth it. As I said, my new tickers for this week are just out right now, and also you see here my trading tutorials and the member FAQ section. If you want to learn trading, guys, if you want to understand how also Warren Buffett used this kind of trading psychology for making profits, guys, this is everything here explained in my tutorials. The link is patreon.com/blackbelttrader and also available here in the video description. So guys, for Intel, let's dive in here into the chart. So when we see the overall structure here, we can see that Intel is in a very strong uptrend. This is the reason why I don't care what the news are telling me. I already can see by just watching this chart for 1 second, I see already where we have the support. So for example, guys, we are here in a weekly chart. You can see the all-time high here for Intel was in the year 2000. Believe it or not, this technical structure is still active, and we can see that we had here 2 lowest points in the past 23 years. That was here $13, and when we go in this case here, guys, we talk about $12, $11.95. You can see here the all-time low is 60 cents, but I don't think that we need to focus on that. So when we talk here about the last 25 years, Intel has never been lower than 12.05 US dollar. We're trading now here at $21, and what usually happens if you talk about trading algos, the algos try to do the algos try to create higher lows. So if we are here in a bullish structure, and we are, guys, in a bullish structure, I can tell you that means we should just build higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. This is the typical structure of an uptrend. And when we draw here some lines, when we can here just connect the lowest points which we have, and I explain you also why this price was a little bit lower than this price here. But if I just focus here on the lowest possible prices, right, and just draw here a very, very simple line, then you can see that Intel just touched now here this support price level. You can see that I just draw this line here without going here in detail, but this is not a coincidence, guys. That's why I can tell you, please don't focus too much on news. It is very helpful if you have also fundamental information about a stock. But if you can see that Intel is very, very responsive here since August 2024 to regain strength on this price level here. This is not a coincidence, guys. However, we have to talk about these price action here, and this is what Warren Buffett mentioned when others are fearful. Every normal trader is knowing that as long as you create higher lows, it's in a bullish uptrend. But this, guys, was just a fake out. So we had here a price of around $12.94 in the year 2002, and then the price went lower. This is exactly what I mean when everybody starts to panic. We crash, Intel is a bad investment. So they brought the price a little bit lower. When we measure that here, it was just a couple of percent here, guys. You can see that -7%, and that was the beginning of a huge, huge recover process. And Intel, right? That's why I say Intel is not a typical short squeeze stock, but of course, for a long-term investment, I think this is a great deal, and I show you why. And you can see the stock recovered 477%. And what we had here, guys, in this constellation, the year 2008, the big market crash. Hallelujah, everybody sold his shares, guys. You can see here we had also 3-4 touch points here in the weekly chart before we start to rise up. And now in today's situation, we have much, much more touch points. And that means, yes, the support is still there. But of course, Intel has to show here now a significant rip to confirm this price goal. However, guys, we have to talk about a potential market crash. The market is super, super bullish right now. Otherwise, we would not see here 2,500% short squeezes in just 2 or 3 trading days, guys. This is absolute ridiculous. By the way, guys, I had more than 12 short squeezes just in the month of April, which I predicted. So always I show these tickers before they squeeze. So please check out my Patreon. But let's talk about a market shakeout, market crash whatsoever. We know that the lowest price here was $12.05. That's why the big whales, they want to buy the dip. They are already waiting here. There is no doubt that here, this algo trend line, to be precise, guys, we talk here about a price of $18.49 and $17.17. They are already waiting here. We can see we have here a lot of, I draw for you a line that you can just visualize that here with the chart. You can see we have here a lot of touch points, and always we recovered from that. But if we have the situation that we see here now a shakeout, same like this one here before maybe a squeeze or a bullish reversal for Intel is coming, that means the big whales, the big boys, Warren Buffett and his friends are waiting here in this area, $13.70. Why do I think now that Intel is a good investment for me? Market capital, guys, $93 billion. We don't need to talk about this. This is absolute crazy. They have a lot of cash in their back. And we have here one hidden signal in the chart, which I also can show you. We have here one open gap, which is not filled yet in the weekly chart. These open gaps are really, really rare. This is what we traders use also for some potential exit points. And I have no doubt that Intel can, of course, also create new all-time highs, but we have an open weekly gap at $72.75. So just by measuring the actual price today, knowing that the red line is the support, knowing that there is a potential shakeout coming, but between $13 and $8 is the buying zone for the big boys, the big whales, we have already now from today's price, let's call it squeeze potential or profit potential of 240% in the long-term view, so in the next months or years. And this is for me absolute worth it. This is not financial advice. This is just simply here based on the chart what I tell you guys, and this is the reason why I personally also will buy Intel. I already traded the stock a couple of times, but if we should see a dip in this zone, then I will of course buy the stock. But you have to make your own due diligence. I just want to show you, if you understand the chart, if you don't focus on news and don't let fear come up in your mind. If you just focus simply on the price levels here on the chart, it is very, very possible to catch short squeezes or even make money on stocks like Intel. My friends, that was the update. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you don't want to miss any updates. Check out here our Patreon for the short squeeze stocks, guys. Yeah, the link is patreon.com/blackbelttrader. I wish you great success with all your trades, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your support and see you in the next one. Arigatou gozaimasu. Vielen Dank. Alles Gute und bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.